This is High Vibe TV, the uncensored, guided, and community-based video TV network with content recorded and live streamed from the world-famous High Vibe TV studios. High Vibe TV delivers daily, weekly, and special programs focused on astrology, spirituality, history, community, and more. This is not your run-of-the-mill astrology and tarot. This is the future of spirituality, illuminating new ways the collective can step into the dawning of this exciting new dimension. The highest vibe is truth, and the truth always prevails. Download our awesome app on the Apple and Android stores so you don't miss our notifications, with special spiritual insights curated to the energy of the universe. Search for us on your TV with our exciting TV apps on Apple TV and Roku. Catch our vibe on your computer, where you can join in on the live chat with our amazing community and blog. Watch spirituality like you've never seen before. Download our apps or go to highvibe.tv. Subscribe now.
It's gained 5.3 million views in a few hours, right? And the other one's already at 16 million. So it's kind of like one of those really weird things. Now, it was funny because right before this happened, right, about that Pfizer exec that says that they're trying to mutate viruses, and that goes to me thinking of the monkeys. They talk about the monkeys and the monkeys that in Pennsylvania last year, that all the 100 of them that crashed and 3 of them got out. The woman got sick from the monkey, and then they said, no, that's impossible. It's a conspiracy theory. It's like, and the way he's saying it too is like, oh yeah, we're trying some stuff in the second video.
Yeah.
But this was, did he post it on, maybe, you know what? Well, this is the thing. So if you type in Pfizer Project Veritas right now on Google,
yeah,
they're banning it from being seen. You can't even search for it all. But it was funny because I guess he did, you know what? I bet you it was Project Veritas itself that put it up, the picture. It was hilarious from the iPad. Here. Can we get an F in the comments as we remember our fallen iPad? R.I.P. That's how fucking crazy that dude threw the fucking iPad trying to think. We were all watching it here at iVibe here. All of us were here when Tamara and Ann were here, and Brian.
It was so nice to have them both.
It was
here.
nice to all of us watching it, but I thought it was so fun. You know, it's so funny because the guy grabs the iPad, like, I give it. It's like he's so desperate, and he actually thinks like that's the only copy or something.
So here's my thoughts. I found the video funny, but I also didn't, and I'm going to explain why. But the other thing is,
inside an iPad. Interesting how they make them.
Right. I enjoy, okay, so first of all, Twitter or any of the social media companies saying we've got to take it down because of violence. That guy attacked Project Veritas. They did defend themselves, and so he got shoved, but the other guy was being violent. But I don't think this is traditional violence that needs to be banned. I think this is more about a confrontation that happened, and people need to sort of see how it all played out. But that's, you know.
Look at this. Can we put this up, Brian? So this was just put up by Project Veritas too, from inside Pfizer's organization chart. And then now they've deleted his picture, but they still have left his name, that he is the research and development, right? And that he is right to Shuang Sarah Wu, who's right under the CEO, right?
Yeah. So the whole thing with the video of him being confronted, I found it amusing just because of his antics, but I also, from a human perspective, I get that what they're doing is so horrendous, and I understand when people go no mercy, all of that. However, watching this one human, I just thought, we're watching this human literally go through that moment of realization that his entire world is about to implode and there's nothing he can do. So he goes through the entire range of emotions, from denial, you know, no, we don't do that, to almost bargaining, you know, we're doing good things for the world, you know, we're just trying to help people, to then saying, you know, I'm a liar, I don't like, you know, and
right.
He's trying to save his skin. But then after that comes the anger and the desperation, and the best way I can describe it is like a caged cat, a feral cat that gets locked in a room and it's looking for an escape. And those things will climb the walls, bounce off the ceiling, all of that to try and get to an exit. And from a human point of view, I actually felt for him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel for him though, right?
Oh, no, and I completely understand that, and I oscillate.
Especially how he was laughing about it and said, this is bad for the American people, but hey, we're making money, and it's good for me, especially that we could continue COVID going along and making mutations and then making the vaccine ahead of it, and that we're doing experiments that we shouldn't be doing. We don't call it gain of function. We're calling it a different thing, right? It's like...
It's like the guy in education that... Project Veritas exposed last week. It's not critical race theory if you just label it something else, even though it's critical race theory. So here's the thing.
Damn, my comment's the top on that thing. It's got 1,500 likes now.
But here's the thing. When you're watching things like this as an empath, I get your logic and I completely agree with it. However, as an empath, I can't help but tap into what another human is going through. Right. And that's a part of me that goes, I feel really bad. And it is at a human level, but I completely understand the anger and everybody going, fuck him and fuck everyone that's a part of it. You know what it was for me as an empath?
It was like he's never had to go through any hardship in his life.
Well, he's about to.
Right? Like that was the whole thing, right? The way he got up and then the way he was tripping out. Like this, the first thing he said is like, this can't be real. That was his first words. And then he starts freaking out, and then he looks at it, and then he's like, no. And he's like, and then he goes, what do you mean? I'm going to just lie. And then when James keeps repeating, and saying the words that will trigger him, you say that not only just you are saying that you work for Pfizer, but that Pfizer's doing this with mutating viruses, and he kept repeating that. That's when it started turning, because it was like, okay, he was first just thinking about, and then he even says, I'm never going to be able to trust anybody again. Right? So it's like he's got obviously like a weird thing with that. Then he's realizing as it's being repeated, it's like one level of, I'm going to lose my job. Okay, that's one. But oh my God, what is the executives going to think? What is all the...
Not only that, I'm never going to get another job again.
And knowing, oh my God, these videos go viral. And then he even says... in that video tonight that came out at the beginning, like, why are you asking me the questions? Are you one of those people that are, because, there's these conservative group that they expose everybody and and that's right when James comes out, the guy like, peace out, boom. That's where he's just like realizing, oh my God, I fell for this. And that's when he gets violent. And that's when he also gets fucking crazy. And because that also shows me it's that extreme for him, because whatever he knows about that he expressed that he's doing, and it's the first time an executive at Pfizer has admitted to that they think that it came from the lab, right, in Wuhan, but they're doing exactly what Wuhan was doing. So that looks really bad. Of course, I want to do more research on this, but there's an investigative journalist, which I'll put it all up next week, that is looking way deeper into this. Not that James O'Keefe is bad, because I can understand James is getting the story right, but that Moderna and Pfizer are in a huge legal battle, right? Moderna's suing Pfizer, saying it was their technology. And this guy has been proving, because we're not hearing anything about it. The mainstream media is not covering it anymore, but the court cases have been going on and the witnesses, and that Moderna planted people inside Pfizer in 2020, and he came into Pfizer in 2020, and that he's got so much data already that I was like, shit, this guy's fucking good.
And just remember that Fauci is part of Moderna, and Fauci and Gates have a very cozy partnership. They've talked publicly about the meetings that they had at Gates's house.
Right. So Bill Gates.
Yes.
So yeah, but that's the interesting part is, did Moderna get this guy in? But then he because I think he genuinely actually didn't know. He didn't know, right? That he really was for love. You could see him drunk, and he's, the funniest comment though of this. Can I just show this comment? This made me laugh so hard. It's right here. Yeah. Bro probably salty because when Pfizer drops him, he won't get the monkeypox antidote. And I wrote, oh man, I just had to. I just thought it was so funny. I was like,
Oh, was your comment removed?
No. Like, I wrote, he would be jumping through the doors of Pfizer like he did that iPad for that remedy, employer not.
Do you know what I found funniest about that video though? And we all talked about this. All this shit is going down. The woman it was her father's restaurant, but you're just amusing yourself.
The monkeypox thing is just hilarious to me.
The daughter of the owner is saying, please respect my father's venue.
I know.
But then
locks them in.
But she locks them in because all she cares about is the bill. And I'm thinking, you've got this feral cat sort of bouncing off the walls and trying to destroy things and attack people. He's like, the whole
James
thing is nuts.
Being respectful and saying, do you want to leave? And you could hear one of the girls who works for Predic Veritas in the back of me like, can we pay for the bill? Can I pay for the bill right now? She's trying to say, I'll pay for the bill. Like, it's crazy.
But so all this is going on. So even though there's all this craziness, we'll just call her the owner. She just wants the bill paid. And I mean,
it's her dad's business too. That's the funny thing. Our business, it was my dad's business. Yeah,
it's a pizza and maybe a few drinks. So I mean, at most it's going to be a $50 bill, maybe $100.
It's New York, yeah.
But for the sake of getting these fucking crazy people out, just get out. I don't even care about the bill. Like, that's not going to send you broke. But the funniest thing, all the guys making pizzas do not stop, do not watch, do not do anything.
They walk in between. One guy walks in.
Yeah, they just continue pumping the pizzas out.
Project Veritas' crew, that was a gnarly video. They probably were up all night fucking having to black out all those faces.
Yeah.
And they had to do some, I've never seen a blackout that like went across the screen to get to the person. Like it was like a 3-dimensional blackout of the face, like because they had to black out like 5 people. It was crazy. I was like, wow, that makes cops blackouts or anything like nothing. And so I just feel that, there's another video dropping tomorrow supposedly because it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because James said last night, oh, don't worry. There's one more. And right when you think that we have another one, we have another one.
Wow.
So there's definitely the fireworks are still going off. But I think it's crazy because it's Twitter where that's where it's spreading and YouTube's left them up. So, because it's not like it's disinformation.
No,
anymore.
And as much as the trolls want to claim that.
I know.
And I do think, was it you that suggested it or somebody else that I spoke to said what Project Veritas should do is release their edited clips, but then release the entire
Tim did.
footage. Okay, I didn't watch Tim though, so I don't know if maybe it was him when we watched it last week.
Yeah, we watched it about when he had Adam Crowder on now.
Yeah, but I think that's a fair thing. Not because I think that.
Although if you watch the YouTube version, it's not really edited. It's pretty.
No, but people
the experience of him getting it. But you're saying yes, all the recordings. What Tim wants is in the dates, the whole date.
So things aren't taken. Yes.
Right, and he's like, if you got to blur out the address or personal info, but then you give away the tactics.
Well, this is true.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't actually believe. So here's my.
I actually couldn't believe on Twitter there was a girl I follow that I've known for years, and that I met her at the event, and I follow her, and she just was like somebody was saying like, oh, like James is fake. This guy's an actor, and she's like, no, this is not. I've actually worked for Project Veritas, and I used to be one of the girls that used to do it. And I went, what?
Was that
Amber?
Oh no, I was wondering
what?
if it was Anna Kate.
I think, damn.
So here's the thing. Here's my read on James O'Keefe. I think he can be pompous at times. I think he would be an annoying person if you were in battle with him. But I think he's wickedly smart. And I actually think he has a whole lot of integrity. I don't think he's doing this for fame. I think he's genuinely about exposing corruption and trying to make the world a better place. And if that makes him money in the meantime, I don't think that's a crime.
What's a nonprofit?
Oh, well, there you go. But we live in a capitalistic society, and I like the capitalist society. I don't want to live in a socialist society. So, but these are the things that people, get upset about in terms of, he's doing it for fame. He's doing it for this reason. He's doing it for that reason. It's like, well, is he really? Because I don't think that he is.
No, that's why I went last year, exactly a year ago, this weekend. It was on January 29th when Venus went direct. I arrived in Miami and went to the Project Veritas experience the next day that he invited me to personally. And I wanted to know for myself. And I was there. And it's the real deal. And everybody there were like, it was like High Vibe, where it's like everybody at High Vibe, everybody that's in Project Veritas, like people that support it, all same thing. It was like the same thing. Everybody's real. He's real. It was like family kind of feeling, everybody's on the same page. And he's very serious about his work. And I mean, when he had the party, he definitely let loose and partied. But then the next day when I was doing my Leo King thing there at the Fontainebleau, and I don't know, there was 30 of us there, can all vouch that he was there with his lawyers and back to work, working on cases and things. And so he's not just doing this for some sort of fame. Because think of the Ashley Biden diary. And how they went and then they fucking knocked down the doors of fucking his journalist and him and shit. And that's just 2 days prior to this, he fucking confronted the New York Times. Did you see that on the street? Holy shit. I've never seen him get so pissed. He's like, how does it feel to fucking sellout journalist to the fucking FBI? I was like, damn, in this street. He was so hardcore. I was like, damn, James, get this motherfucker. And fucking that dude he's sitting there eating. And because the FOIA documents just came out proving that he does work for the FBI and he's selling out fucking journalists, the New York Times has a fucking journalist working for the FBI who's selling out fucking journalists to the FBI. And that's what's crazy about the Ashley Biden diary is the most important thing about everything. I mean, I know COVID's crazy, but the Ashley Biden diary is crazy about what's Joe Biden and what's happening. And he fucking is a child molester to his own daughter. And then the stuff that she's traumatized and why Hunter Biden's the way it is. And then the way that, and then, so much is coming up from the laptop to make sense of new things that keep showing up, especially the classified documents and the money that Hunter Biden he owned the house, I guess, and was paying $50K a month for it. Like, it's just like that house, if you look it up on Zillow, is not worth that much.
No.
So it's like, there's so many. Like he's definitely not in a place where he's scheming or something. Especially because I know Ivory, who fucking went on the news because she knew, and it's about whistleblowers. That's the main point at the end of the day. It's about, or the Acorn where he started, and he dressed up as a pimp, and he brought the girl with him inside, and they went into Acorn and wore those fucking hidden cameras, and they literally were like, he was like, yeah, my girlfriend, she's a prostitute, but we need money, we need housing, we need, oh yeah, no, you can put whatever you want on there, and then that's how Acorn got gone. So I mean, it's not like it's, if anything, and somebody, actually, I think it was who just put that up. Actually, I was tripping out on that. I was like, oh shit, this is the best way. Oh yeah, it's right here. What's his? Oh yeah. Charlie Kirk just said Project Veritas is not raising the standard; they are the standard.
Well, the reality is, mainstream media made a place for Project Veritas because mainstream media would not speak to the whistleblowers. So they needed a place to go. And James O'Keefe filled that void. And because he's done it with integrity, and I get that people aren't always happy with him afterwards, but I think it's more because sometimes they feel they needed more support and things like that. But from what, as an outsider, he has helped fundraise and crowdfund and all of that to help people who've lost their jobs and all of that, to give them a cushion to be able to figure out what comes next. But
I mean, remember that
nobody's come out and accused him of being dishonest or doing the wrong thing.
Well, I
in
mean,
his
there's a couple journalists who have tried to say that.
Oh, journalists, I'm saying, but whistleblowers.
No, there's people who say they worked for Project Veritas and it's always a party and that they shit on some yacht and boat. And then I wrote
It's got
under
nothing
that.
to do with
I know, but I'm just saying that though there's definitely people who have tried to come out to say that he's done bad things through other media sources, but it doesn't make sense. So it's like one of those things to where it's like,
but
he wasn't there that day, or and then he has his lawyers prove it, and that's why he has so many retractions, right? So that's why it's retracto, and that's the other thing is how many of the people that try to attack him and say that he's incorrect, he's lawyered up to a way to where he uses the money of the nonprofit on lawyers to be able to go to every article that says that it's fake news or whatever and get them to retract it and then put it up on the retracto wall.
Yeah. This is High Vibe TV, the uncensored, guided, and community-based video TV network with content recorded and live streamed from the world-famous High Vibe TV studios. High Vibe TV delivers daily, weekly, and special programs focused on astrology, spirituality, history, community, and more. This is not your run-of-the-mill astrology and tarot. This is the future of spirituality, illuminating new ways the collective can step into the dawning of this exciting new dimension. The highest vibe is truth, and the truth always prevails. Download our awesome app on the Apple and Android stores so you don't miss our notifications, with special spiritual insights curated to the energy of the universe. Search for us on your TV with our exciting TV apps on Apple TV and Roku. Catch our vibe on your computer, where you can join in on the live chat with our amazing community and blog. Watch spirituality like you've never seen before. Download our apps or go to highvibe.tv. Subscribe now.